Okay, hi guys. Video number 2, I mentioned that I had a whole bunch of stuff that I was supposed to upload before, but I hadn't actually gotten around to it. Why I haven't done my weight, let me put that out there first, because I know people are going to be wondering what's up with that. I weigh in officially on Saturdays with my trainer. I use his scale, and I come home and I use my scale, and of course digital scales, they're kind of iffy. So my scale at home always tells me that I'm a pound or so over what his scale tells me. But anyway, I weigh in 3 times for the month because I weigh in every week. Well, 3 out of the 4 weeks, and I do full measurements and body fat and BMI calculations and whatnot every 4th week. Now, why 3 out of the 4 weeks is that other week is water weight week, and I've learned from experience that when I take into consideration that weigh-in, I get all crazy. You get on the scale, it says you've gained 3 or 4 pounds. You know, your brain kind of goes a little kooky. You start to get naked and you take it again like, please let my outfit weigh 4 pounds, you know, or 5 or 6 or something. So I've learned to completely disregard that week. Now it happens that this week is that week. So as of now, I've already gained 2 pounds in what I'm assuming is water weight because I've been doing everything by the book thus far. So I'm not going to weigh in this week. What I will do is I'll give you all my stats from my previous weeks, and then I will do my weigh in on Saturday. Next Saturday. As it happens, next Saturday is also my measurement and my BMI and my body fat and everything week. So that'll be a big cumulative week. Like I say, I do everything there with him. So what I will do is I'll take a picture of that weight. When I'm there, I'll come home and I'll weigh it on my scale, and that way I'll have a benchmark for how much my scale tends to be up or down from the scale there, and we can work with that from then on. I'm going to write everything down in the description, but just so you know, I'm 24, I'm 5'10", I started at 291 back in January. I weighed in last week Saturday, I was 283.5, I think. If I'm wrong, I'll put it in an annotation. But that's where I was at that point. So I'd lost, no, it was 283.2 because I'd lost 7.8 pounds. Yay, math. So that's where I was then. I had lost almost 6 inches at that point. So we'll see. And I'll do the body shots and whatnot as well. This video, though, is supposed to be on my medical stuff. I take 9 different medications per day. I laugh because I'm so beyond crying over it at this point. I've been a medical roller coaster for some time now, but how this relates to my weight, I'll get into. Start at the top. I have issues with depression and anxiety. I have had them now for a few years. And that, again, came from situations I couldn't control and also my inability to deal with stress in certain ways. I take an antidepressant for that once a day. I have fibromyalgia, which I think is beyond the depression. That's what affects my workouts the most because recovery tends to be difficult. I have not had a bad fibro flare-up since I first started. I used to take 2 capsules for that every day. I'm now down to 1 capsule, and I've completely eliminated my painkiller. So I don't know if anybody knows what a big deal that is, but if you're somebody who's been on medication for a very long time, that's a major victory, especially to get rid of a painkiller that you know your body has had to become dependent on and your liver is constantly trying to process. So I feel really good about that. I take a supplement for my fibromyalgia. It's a malic acid supplement. I take 2 of those every day. I take 2 vitamin B12 supplements because I don't have any B12. And I take a thyroid replacement because I have an underactive thyroid. I take metformin for insulin resistance. So that one was solely, that one I can blame entirely on my weight. That is officially a fat chick issue, and I need to get rid of that because that means I'm essentially pre-diabetic, which for everybody out there, people of color, even those who aren't of color, know that diabetes tends to come down in your family, and I have several aunts who have diabetes, and I don't want it. Little to no intention of getting diabetes, so that I can blame entirely on my weight. Now, it was helped along by the fact that a lot of my painkillers, my narcotics and whatnot, packed on the pounds. I gained 40 pounds on, I don't know if I'm, well, I guess I can say it is my experience with the medication. I took Lyrica for fibromyalgia, packed on the weight. I took Cymbalta for depression, packed on the weight. Never taking either of those ever again in my life because I didn't feel any better for it, and I became a super depressed, pain, fat kid, which I'm guessing wasn't the aim of the antidepressants and the painkillers. So those 2, no. Where was that? Yeah, no diabetes. I don't want that. So I'm hoping that I can test my levels in a few months, and just from getting rid of the weight, I will get rid of another pill. I don't want to have to take the metformin anymore. I think those are, and then, yeah, I have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. That one's still up in the air, but I take birth control just to control that. And again, the metformin goes with that because the insulin resistance comes with the PCOS and the weight gain. So that's what I'm on now. Again, as of just a couple months ago, I was on 2 more pills, but I've scaled them back just from working out, just from trying to feel better, from, you know, even in some days, just battling the pain, getting out of bed and working through it with the stiffness that the fibromyalgia causes and the deep throbbing pain that it causes. I've come to realize that I would rather have that good post-workout, damn, I can't move pain, than fibro pain any day. So no matter how bad I feel, I get up and I go, because at the end of the day, when I come home and I can't sit down or go up my stairs because I did too many crunches, I feel great. I mean, that beats any day when I wake up and I can't move because my hips hurt because of whatever ailment is going on that day. So it does help that I get up and I move. Now, that doesn't mean I don't know my limits. There are certain things that I do where I have a pinch, a pain that, you know, isn't muscular, it's more nerve, but I don't get those very often anymore. So just by virtue of getting up and moving and trying not to dwell in how sick I am, I feel better for it. My next big goal is to get off of my antidepressant altogether. Now, being here in Jamaica, they don't look at mental illness as anything particularly valid. It's always like, change your scenery, pray, go to church, or it's a white people thing. I don't mean to sound ignorant, and I know that's not just Jamaican. I know that tends to be even a black thing, even an African American thing in my experience of being in the US. But I'm not trying to ignore that, because ignoring it only made me fall deeper and deeper into that. So I take my pills as of now. It does help with the anxiety. It definitely helps me get up. And I don't know, I mean, it sounds terribly simple, but I have days where I lay in that bed all day. And of course I don't eat, and that killed my metabolism, and I just lay there in the darkness, getting bigger. But now I open my windows, which is a big deal because I never opened my windows. Last night, ooh, big victory. Last night I purchased a full-length mirror. I don't own a mirror. I don't have a dresser with a mirror. I don't have a makeup mirror. I don't have one of those bathroom mirrors that extends the whole way. No, I can see this. That's all I did. My face was good, my hair was combed, my clothes were on, but I didn't need to see the whole picture. But last night, I purchased a full-length mirror. Now, that's a personal victory for me, because I didn't want to look at me. I still don't want to look at me, but I'm open to looking and seeing the changes. So, I know I spent this entire video rambling, but there are a whole bunch of things that I wanted to get out that I wasn't able to put into really sections and post a video specifically on them. But yeah, those are my medications. That's what I battle. The pain, it's there, but I don't really pay too much of attention to it because I know it's getting better, so that's a good thing. The anxiety, it doesn't have, I don't get panic attacks anymore, which is really good. Unless I sit down and think about bills, but who doesn't? The depression, I'm up and about. Even if it's just getting up and going to the gym, it is something I do 5 to 6 times a week. So that is a victory, because I could go days and not get in my car. Purchased a mirror. I promise I won't do any of those stereotypical mirror shots. You know, the and one of these. No, none of those. But at least I'll be able to see me. And the fact that I want to see me is a good thing. And I hope that people out there who are avoiding their mirrors, look at it. Look at it, even if you don't love what's in it. I don't necessarily buy the whole love yourself. If you don't love what you are seeing right there, love yourself enough to want to make a change in what you're seeing. I know it sounds cliche, and I'm not one to preach, believe you me, but look at yourself. Love yourself enough to change what you're seeing, at least appearance-wise. And make sure you're working on the inside, because I'm working on a happier, perkier, bubblier me. Not just the chunky kid with attitude. I'm trying to feel that versus just portraying that. So yeah, I'm taking my jiggles to the gym, trying to work my way through the water weight today. I'm running about 10 minutes now, so it's time for me to shut up and go. Have a great week. I'm going to put my information down there. I'm going to post some other stuff throughout the week as to what I do when I'm at the gym. And then you have the whole shebang next weekend with the measurements and the weight and the BMI and the body fat and how much muscle I've gained and whatnot, because I lift like a mug. Bye. Have a great day.